Stop number 6 on the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Texas Motor Speedways. We're here today for running at the Interstate Batteries 500, run in honor of the victims of Hurricane Harvey. As we're set for 51 laps of action on this mile-and-a-half racetrack, we had 34 in the Truck Series event. So we'll see what we do here for this series here. Going to be a great race here today. On the pole for this, so let's get to the starting line for this race right here. On the pole, it is number 29, Hardy Oldsmobile Kyle Matthews. He's on the pole for today's event. At 179 miles per hour, he'll be alongside Keith Batson, car 28, the Texaco Haviland Ford. He'll be alongside. Matthews has one of our in-car cameras in today's event. Second row, we'll have Cole Deaver in car 3, the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. He'll be alongside the number 2, Pepsi Kroger Chevrolet of Dylan Young. He's on the outside. Third row, Jessica Shelton, number 9, the Coors Melling Ford. She'll have her second in-car camera in today's event. She'll be alongside her buddy Seth Cole in car 52, the Folger Chevrolet. Fourth row, we'll have Kev Sheeran, number 71, the Buckstove Oldsmobile, and Charles Sanford, a 2-time winner this season at Las Vegas and Atlanta. He's won both the mile-and-a-half starts this season. He's in the Country Time Pontiac car number 30. It's looking to remain undefeated on the mile-and-a-halves. Next row down, he'll have Jonathan Sorlin in car 88, the Gatorade Buick, and he'll be alongside car number 22, another Buick. It's Dylan Potey. He's in the Miller High Life Buick, number 22. Next row down, Johnny Gardner, car 35, the Folgers Decaf Chevrolet, and car 83, Emmanuel Hartnett in the Wins Kmart Oldsmobile. He won the Daytona 500 this season. Next row down is Phil Parker in car 5, the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. Beside him will be car number 7, Kat Tellier, and car number 7, the Xerox Antifreeze Ford. Next row down, we'll have Zed Weinstein in car number 70, the Rumble Furniture AC Spark Plugs Pontiac, and car 26, Quentin Moore in the Quaker State Buick. He'll be alongside. Next, Jason Haywood in car number 15, the Motorcraft Quality Parts Ford, and beside him will be car 17, Ryan George. He won at Rockingham this season in the Tide Chevrolet. Next row down, Becca Tellier. She won at Darlington the last stop on the tour in the 21 Warner Hodgson Ford. And she'll be alongside car number 1, Trent Dunham, one of the Texas natives in this race. He would love to pull off a win here today in the Bullseye Barbecue Sauce Chevrolet. And he'll be alongside. Next row down has car 4, William Brock in the Kodak Film Oldsmobile. And Zachary Fitzwater in car 33, the Skull Bandit Buick. Next row down has Joshua Coward in car number 43, the STP Pontiac for King Richard Petty team. And our third in-car camera live in this van's car, Joshua Osborne in car 25, the Folgers Chevrolet. A pair of Joshuas in that row. And then it's Paul Minnick in car number 44, the Piedmont Airlines Chevrolet. He won the Meliodas Series event last year here at Texas, last season. He'll be alongside car 13, the Carolina Tool Ford of Jesse Turner. Next row down has car 11, Zach Winkle in the Budweiser Chevrolet. He'll be flanked by Joshua Sakuli in car 47, the Race Hill Farms Buick. Then it's Max Anderson, car 75, the Valvoline Pontiac, and car 42, Mike Becker in the STP Buick. Next row down has Ryan Winters in car 90, the Red Baron Frozen Pizza Ford. Beside him will be car 12, Ryan Gazee in the Budweiser Chevrolet, pair of Junior Johnson. The other car out of the Junior Johnson stable. Then it's Jordan Bell in car 6. Then it's Jordan Lopez in car 16, the Halpern Enterprise Chevrolet, and Michael Whitman in the Strolite Ford, car number 6. Next row down, Chelsea Bowles. She won the truck race at Texas here at Texas last time. I should say she won the truck race here at Texas. I should say, excuse me. She's in the Superior Piping Nelson contracted Chevrolet car 74, and beside her will be Kyle Langland in car 27, the Kodiak Pontiac. Then it's Tony Newman in car 14, the Copenhagen Oldsmobile, and beside him will be Alexander Rowe, the 51 Valvoline Oldsmobile, as we get the command to fire him up.
Driver, start your engine!
Commands we begin the fighting engines as we get started racing here today. Patrick Smith in the Miller American Buick, car number 8, and Ashlyn Boyd in car 55, the Copenhagen Chevrolet. has the last row in today's event here at the Texas Motor Speedway. So as we mentioned, Kyle Matthews, Jessica Shelton, and Joshua Osborne will have our 3 in-car cameras in today's event. Field lined up here for some great racing here at action. We have here speeds upwards of over 180 miles per hour is the order of the day here at Texas Motor Speedway. Going to be an excellent race here. So we have Oldsmobile on the front row. So we have Oldsmobile on the pole and Ford on the outside of this race here. Of course, Interstate Batteries Racing Weekend. Of course, in dedication, of course, to the victims of Hurricane Harvey that happened about as of this taping about a month ago. So we'll see what happens here in this race here. As the pace car looks up on the pit road, the green flag waves, and we are underway in the Interstate Batteries 500. Kyle Matthews jumps out in front. Cole Deaver goes to second position. Jessica Shelton, number 3rd, inside of Keith Batson as they go down the backstretch now. And the front 3 are still single file. Seth Cole following Shelton, and here comes Cole Deaver to the inside of Matthews looking for the lead on that first lap. Who leads his first lap? It's going to be Matthews leading the first lap of this event here as now Cole Deaver goes inside. He's got his buddy Seth Cole shoving him, and Cole Deaver will go to number 1 spot. Nope, here comes Seth Cole to the inside, looking for the number 1 position himself, and he's got it. Or tries to, at least. And Jessica Shelton caught in the middle here in the number 9 machine. On board, Kyle Matthews. I think this one is maybe what we'll see all day long here. 3 wide racing, bumping and banging just a little bit. And now from Jessica Shelton's view. Riding with her is Kev Shearer, takes the lead in car 71 as Shelton follows him. And that's Jonathan Zorlin, I believe, on the inside of Shearer and Shelton both. Speeds over 180 miles per hour. Shelton has to get off the throttle just a little bit right there. And almost 4 wide coming out of turn number 2. That would have been disastrous. And Zorlin throws the block on Charles Sanford. And now Kev Shearer saw that, and he'll go inside and block them both and retake position. And already over 180 mile an hour laps around this racetrack here at Texas. Johnny Gardner, who's moving up through the field, has the fastest lap so far. Nope, make that Ryan George has got the fastest lap so far at almost 183 miles per hour. But Kev Shearer, meanwhile, has the number 1 spot here. Jessica Shelton back to the inside of Charles Sanford for 2nd. And Phil Parker coming through the field now. A pair of green cars on the inside. The 35 of Johnny Gardner and the 26 of Quentin Moore. Quentin driving the Quicker State Buick that Morgan Shepherd drove in 1987. And now Seth Cole's now the monkey in the middle at the moment. Oh, he and Charles Saber got really close coming out of turn number 2. Dylan Young making his way through the inside field, and another veteran behind him. That's Trent Dunham, the only Texas native in the field. And you know Trent would love to get a victory here at this racetrack. Of course, Trent, the defending series champion. Rebecca Tellier, the winner at Darlington, right behind him. Number 21, Zed Weinstein in the 70. Ryan George, the winner at Rockingham. He's in this mix as well. 3 wide there, Zachary Fitzwater inside of William Brock and Dylan Poteet. And Fitzwater and Brock very, very close. Kat Tellier right behind him in the 7. And Jesse Turner in 13. There's Paul Minnick, Joshua Collard, and Joshua Osborne as well. Osborne going inside of the other Joshua here. On board with Osborne. As he lets the 43 a Collard on by him there. Jessica Shelton led the last time by. Osborne trying to draft back up behind the King Richard Petty 43 of Joshua Collard. And they pulled away from this pack of cars here. Max Anderson, Joshua Sakuli in the 47. 90 of Ryan Winters, who had a great start to his rookie campaign. Not very well right now in the 90 car. He runs in 29th. Michael Whitman, there's Patrick Smith, Ryan Gazee, Zach Winkle, Chelsea Bowles, who won the truck race here at Texas. Jordan Lopez, Mike Becker. Kyle Langland's in this pack here. Tony Newman, Ashlyn Boyd, and Alexander Rowe. And meantime, new leader, Keith Batson, car 28, the Texaco Haviland board. He came close to winning the truck race. Oh, no, excuse me. I may have dreamed that. Excuse me. Batson actually didn't have a good run in the truck race, actually, to be honest here. But he dodged a few wrecks in that race. Dylan Young in second position. Trent Dunham moving into third position now, pulling ahead of Cole Deaver in the 3, but Deaver looks to the inside lane now. And meanwhile, Dylan Young goes inside for the number 1 position on Keith Batson, and already 12 laps into the event, or 11 laps into the event, and 40 laps to go. So this race flying by very fast. They're averaging almost 180 miles per hour. And now Cole Deaver decides he wants to take a peek to the inside lane, try to make it 3 wide for the lead. And now Becca Tellier in the 21 car moves her way through the field. And she's moving to the 5th. Zed Weinstein behind her there. Jason Haywood, Kyle Matthews, the pole sitter for the event. On board Kyle Matthews' car. Take a lap around with Kyle Matthews. And we have a yellow flag flying here, so we'll save that till later. Kind of look and see who spun here. I don't know who did, but well, let's look at in replay and see who did what to who. And it's the back. It's in the back of the pack right there. Ryan Kazee on the inside of Patrick Smith. Kind of bumping and banging, and Kazee drives up and stubs Patrick Smith in the wall. We've seen that several times in the truck race. Drivers driving up into somebody else and then stuffing each other into the wall. We've seen that happen. We saw it happen to Joshua Osborne, Johnny Gardner, and Jessica Shelton in that event in the truck race. Michael Whitman in the 6th. He spun. Ashlyn Boyd comes up and hits him. Kazee and Zach Winkle, the Junior Johnson cars, both moving into pit road. There's the 14 of Tony Newman in the pits as well. Patrick Smith now pulling out. 55 miles an hour down pit road. Oh. Missed the restart right here. Sorry about that. Anyway, we're back to green flag racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Trent Dunham. He goes inside of Keith Batson now for the number 1 position. Sorry I flew through the restart by accident here. And now 3 wide racing. Dunham, Batson, and Becca Tellier. Whoa, oh! If that would have been the finish, I would have lost it. Oh my gosh. Batson had that lead by just a smidgen. Batson and Dunham hooked together, come out to number 2. And oh no! Weinstein trying to make them forward to the inside lane, forward for the lead! Oh, this is not going to end well. This is not going to... No, don't do it, Matthews! Don't do it! And here we go! Dunham spins! Batson's crashed! A crash right near the restart here at Texas, or just a couple laps afterwards. Oh my gosh! Trent Dunham, a heartbreaker, spins out, and it gets. He and Keith Batson got together, and I'll say Kyle is dipping down, making it 5 wide. I mean, he did make it 5 wide in the through turns 3 and 4. And that pretty much sealed the Batson and Dunham's fate. Oh my gosh. So I got it again right there. There's Matthews on the inside, Weinstein, Beccatellier, Dunham, and Batson. And yeah, you see it right there. Matthews dipped inside, made it 5 wide right there. Oh. 3 wide's tricky enough at Texas. 4 is a certain wreck. But 5, that is absolutely medicine. Because bear in mind, we saw 6 wide at California a couple of seasons back and made it. But some tracks, you can't risk anything like that. And I knew when this happened, Dunham and Batson basically hooked each other up together. And I think Dunham might got a little help from Beccatellier as well in the 21 car, I think, maybe. Nonetheless, though, Dunham drives Batson right into the wall. Cole Deaver in the 3 gets a piece of it. And everybody getting on the binders. Kyle Matthews and Emmanuel Hartnett both going through the grass, and so too as Kev Shearer in the 71. There's Shelton went through the grass. Haywood did a good job missing it. Johnny Gardner, Fitzwater, and Quentin Moore so close. And same with Cat Tellier in the 7. Let's take a look real time. And all 3 of our camera cars had pretty interesting views of this whole thing, too. Well, Matthews actually was up in front there. Let's look at Shelton's view and see what she saw. You kind of hate to pick up a few spots that way, but take the opportunity when you can. Joshua Osborne's view, let's see what he saw. Osborne came within inches of Trent Dunham and missed him. But you're running with Joshua Osborne right now, and he is running in 21st position at the moment, so... But I tell you, it's amazing to me that crash didn't involve more cars than it could have. That was amazing right there. Back to racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. Phil Parker and Michael Whitman both are out of the race, by the way. Beccatellier's the leader. Second position is Zed Weinstein. And here comes Kyle Matthews for second inside of Weinstein. Kev Shearer in this mix here. Emmanuel Hartnett, Dylan Young. Been a so-so year so far for Kev Shearer, but he is making his way back through the field. Dylan Young, he said the same thing for him too in that 2 machine, and as well as the 3 of Cole Deaver and the 70 of Zed Weinstein. Becca Tellier, I want to mention about Rebecca Tellier in the 21 car after winning at Darlington. Going into Darlington, she was 37th in points coming into that race. And that win at Darlington really boosted her up in the points. As Kyle Matthews led the lap the last time by, as now Jessica Shelton goes inside of Becca for position. And now Shelton's going to make it 3 wider. She's going to have Cole Beaver helping her. Trying to get by both Kev Shearer and these 2 of Dylan Young. And that was close. And now Shelton goes up the track, and now Deaver goes inside. And now Deaver wants to make a 3 wide on Young and Shearer both, too. So, Shelton goes to 2nd. 3rd now goes to Dylan Young. And Deaver will take 4th. And here comes Emmanuel Hartnett, the Daytona 500 champ. As he now moves in the 5th position, Becca Tellier, she wants that 2nd win in a row after winning at Darlington. Zed Weinstein in this mix here. Jason Haywood in the 15 getting passed by Charles Sanford. But Haywood's got momentum on the high side. You never see that on the high side of the racetrack here at Texas. And now here comes battle for the lead. Jessica Shelton takes it over Dylan Young and Kyle Matthews. And now Deaver gets by. And here comes Young to the inside. Who leads this lap of the race here? I think it might be Shelton, I think. Yes, it does. And the yellow flag's flown for the 3rd time here today at Texas. And oh, it's Joshua Osborne and Trent Dunham's crashed again. And oh my gosh! A bad crash. Mike Becker flips over. There's Zach Winkle, Jordan Lopez, Alexander Rowe in the 51. And oh no, Trent Dunham, the Texas native, had hopes of winning this race. Keith Batson's in it. Dylan Poteet's in it. Max Anderson, Becker, who took that nasty tumble. William Brock, Zach Winkle. Langland's in it. Johnny Gardner's in it. Ryan Winters is in it. The big one strikes on the front stretch here at the Texas Motor Speedway. And let's look and see where it all started. Yep, and it was Johnny Gardner getting the hook from Jonathan Zorlin. Yeah, Gardner goes up the track and he got stuck in the wall. You remember the Truck Series race? This time he hooks Zorlin, and Zorlin gets up in the wall. Johnny starts spinning. He was running 12th, and all this happened too. And boom, Becca Tellier nails him. And here comes Osborne. Nowhere to go for Osborne in 25. And then Poteet tries to play a game of where do I go when I get there, and then he nails Gardner. And oh my gosh, Gardner up on his side at about, a little over 80 miles per hour. And then everybody starts sliding in there. There's William Brock. Max Anderson's in the crash. And Trent Dunham, he flips over William Brock. And Brock almost goes over Poteet, except Batson nails Poteet. And then Poteet flips. And Tony Noman gets up on 2 wheels. Brock almost lands right on top of Alexander Rowe in the 51 car. And there's Collard getting piled in that 43 car. Here comes, and there's Mike Becker, and watch what happens to Mike Becker right here. Zach Winkle, oh my gosh. The Junior Johnson cars crash right into Becker's machine. And sends Becker on a big tumble. And digs that Buick right into the soft infield grass here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Let's ride with Joshua Osborne on this one. He was running 20th when this happened. So Osborne, yeah, that crash knocks Osborne right out of the race here at Texas. So pace car sights are off. You're riding on board with Jessica Shelton as she is the leader of the race right now. As we'll be down to 18 laps to go, and this race gets restarted. Second is Dylan Young. Third position is Cole Deaver. Fourth spot right now is Kyle Matthews. Fifth is Emmanuel Hartnett. Sixth position is Cab Shear. Becca Tellier 7th. 8th is Zed Weinstein. 9th, Jason Haywood. 10th is Charles Sanford. 11th is Seth Cole. 12th is Quentin Moore. 13th is Jesse Turner, matching his car number. 14th is Zachary Fitzwater. 15th is Paul Minnick. Then Ryan George, Jonathan Zorlin, Joshua Collard, Chelsea Bowles, and Jordan Lopez rounds out the top 20 in today's event so far. So Jessica Shelton in the Coors Melling Ford 1985 Thunderbird she's driving, and of course, as the green flag waves, we're underway here at Texas, and whoa, Dylan Young got a good restart in that Pepsi Kroger Chevy. But Cole Deaver says, no way, Dylan, I'm going to be the man that moves up to the field, and he dips inside Dylan Young, looking for the number 2 position, and he's got it. Riding with Kyle Matthews as he follows Cole Deaver. Deaver trying to chase down Shelton, but Matthews says, nuh-uh, I want to Matty says, nuh-uh, I want to move up to the field, and he will move into the second position, or tries to. Dips down, he has second for the moment, but here comes Kev Shear, and look at the run Cole Deaver gets on the outside of the racetrack here, and he hits the wall just a little bit. And now Kev Shear wants second on the inside of the 71 machine, as he sticks the nose of his Oldsmobile to the inside of Kyle's Oldsmobile now. Oh! What racing here at Texas Motor Speedway. And now Charles Sanford goes inside as he does underneath Weinstein. Now Matthews goes to high side. So does Shearer. Here comes Sanford to the inside for the number 2 position. Let's remember he's won them both the mile and a half starts this season at Las Vegas and Atlanta. Trying to add Texas to that list of victories now as Matthews now keeps second. And Sanford will take third at the moment. But here comes Seth Cole, last season's winner at the second race at Martinsville, where we'll be heading to a couple 3 races from now when we get to the short track portion of the season. And 3 wide, Weinstein, Young, and Deaver. Quentin Moore moving us through the field of the 26 machine. Here comes Weinstein. Becca Tellier in this mix here. Hartnett, he and Quentin Moore touch just a little bit. Jesse Turner's in this mix here. Jason Haywood, Fitzwater, Paul Minnick. And now 3 wide for the lead. Here comes Sanford. Young, and Matthews. Matthews and Shelton, excuse me. Dylan Young's in this mix here as well in the 2 machine. Matthews and Shelton almost gets turned by Seth Cole. Sanford leads that lap. Roof cam on Kyle Matthews' machine as he hits the wall, coming off turn number 2. He's on the outside of Charles Sanford. Had to back off just a little bit. Cab shared the inside for the number 1 spot. Now on board Jessica Shelton's car. Oh, Sharon Sanford, they touched us a little bit, coming out of turn number 2. All this boy signals at over 180 miles per hour. Sam and Matthews and Shelton, they get together just a little bit, come off turn number 4. Taylor to the inside now. 11 laps to go. And it's Dylan Young going in the first. Second is now Cole Deaver. And look at the run. Shear's going to get on the outside. And Deaver slams the door on Cab Shear. Now Weinstein gets into it. Where does he get? Oh, and Weinstein and Shear. Opening crash. Zed Weinstein, Dylan Young, and Cole Deaver spin battling for the lead. No damage I see on the Deaver and Young cars. But lap traffic apparently got in the way of the front bunch, and the net result is what happens here as Zed Weinstein and Cole Deaver crowd each other just a little bit, come off turn number 2. And I honestly did not see lap traffic, and Collard. Yeah, there it is. Collard and Taylor, they went up on that bunch so quick. And that was the culprit on what happened. So Young runs up on this bunch. Deaver and Weinstein both get a run at him. Deaver shoves Weinstein to the inside lane. Then Weinstein drives Deaver into Dylan Young. And that caused the spin out, and that caused the spin to happen. And the leader, I believe the leader is now Jesse Turner, maybe. I'm not so sure, actually. And oh, good driving there by, what was that, Ryan George there. He just barely missed Dylan Young's machine. But it drops Deaver back to 16th, Young back to 17th, Weinstein now down to 20th. And my mistake, Becca Tellier is now the leader, racing 21 in the Hodgson Ford. So cars out of the race here. Oh, a ton of them. Joshua Osborne, Max Anderson, Mike Becker, Dylan Poteet, Ryan Kazee out of the race because of a crash here. So is Ryan Winters, Kyle Langland, Keith Batson, William Brock, Johnny Gardner, Ashlyn Boyd, Zach Winkle, Trent Dunham, Phil Parker, and Michael. I forgot what his last name is. Michael Whitman in the 6 car out of the race, all because of crashes. Pace car ducks up on the pit road here as we'll get the green flag here. As we are down to 6 laps to go. Green flag race. Who will win? The Interstate Batteries 500 at Texas. Kev Shearer to the inside. Seth Cole follows him. So does Sanford. So does Hartnett. Jesse Turner hung up on the high side. Seth Cole rolls to the inside line now. Prepare for one mad scramble at Texas. Here's Becca Tellier, the winner at Darlington. She's out in front. Here comes Seth Cole for the lead. And he's got it. Sanford a second. Shelton trying for third. And here comes Charles Sanford. Looking for that number 1 position. No! Here comes Shelton. Sanford throws the block. Shelton falls back in line. And here comes in the 3rd and 4th turns now. Shelton to the inside lane. She's got Kyle Matthews shoving her. Who leads this lap? Will it be Shelton or Sanford? Oh my God! That was too close. And if Shelton let it that time by. And oh, Sanford! Seth Cole! Oh no, they crash! Charles Sanford and Seth Cole spin! Tires a crash! Paul makes a round! A battle for position happened there, and it all falls falls down for that bunch. And it happens with 3 laps ago. I do not know if we'll get this race restarted. And if that's the case, Jessica Shelton has won with Kyle Matthews second. But, oh my gosh, what happened? Let's look again as to what happened there, as they will be coming down for 2 laps to this time by. So we will not get this race restarted here at Texas, and a shame. It was going to be a great finish we're going to have here today, and you hate to see it end like that. Sanford moves, and watch this. Sanford moves Seth Cole up the track, and we've seen this happen, like I said, several times in the truck race, and a couple of times here today. Sanford moves up the track and stuffs Seth Cole hard in the wall. Oh my gosh. And then Becca Tellier, she spins right there in the 21 machine, and that pretty much is all she wrote. Hartnett gets into it. Paul Minnick gets turned right there. And Ryan George got turned as well, and a great job by the outside lane there of Joshua Sakuli, Dylan Young, and Zed Weinstein for getting through the crash. And maybe I don't know if there's any damage to Jason Haywood's machine. I don't know, really. But the yellow and white flags have both waved here at Texas Motor Speedway in the Interstate Batteries 500. And that is going to mean Jessica Shelton, the number 9, Coors Melling Ford, gets her first win of season 18, as she'll take home the win here today. Kyle Matthews will come home second in today's event in the 29 car. Third will go to Kev Shearer, 71 car. Quentin Moore, a great day for the Quicker State 26 team. He'll finish 4th. 5th will go to Seth Cole. 6th place will go to Zachary Fitzwater, and I'm sure Seth Cole's going to want some words with Charles Samper over what happened. But anyway, Zachary Fitzwater, a great day for the 33 Skull Bandit team. He'll finish 6th. 7th position will go to Jesse Turner. 8th will go to Emmanuel Hartnett. 9th to Cole Deaver, a great recovery after the spin late in the race. And Patrick Smith will finish in the 10th position. So that's the top 10 finishing order here at Texas. That was going to be a great battle for the win here today. It ends up not happening because of the crash that happened that involved Sanford, Seth Cole, and a few others. But the beneficiary from all that is crossing the finish line first right now. Jessica Shelton wins the Interstate Batteries 500 here at Texas, as she'll take the Bill Elliott colors to victory lane in 1985 Thunderbird. She's driving. And boy, what a drive by that number 9 Coors Melling team, without question. Average speed only 119.670. So 6 races are in the books here at Texas Motor Speedway as we go into the short track portion of the season, which will begin at Bristol, then it'll be at North Wilkesboro, and then at Martinsville after that. We'll give it the rest of the finishing order here. 11th position will go to Tony Newman. Charles Sanford dropped to 12th. Then Joshua Sakuli, Dylan Young, Zed Weinstein, Jordan Lopez, Jonathan Zorlin, Alexander Rowe, Joshua Collard, and Kat Tellier, the top 20. Then Chelsea Bowles, Becca Tellier, Ryan George, and Paul Minnick was the last finisher in today's event in 24th position. Cars out of the race, a big list. Jason Haywood, Joshua Osborne, Max Anderson, Mike Becker, Dylan Poteet, Ryan Kazee, Ryan Winters, Kyle Langland, Keith Batson, William Brock, Johnny Gardner, Ashland Boyd, Zach Winkle, Trent Dunham, Phil Parker, and Michael Whitman were all the cars out of the race because of the crash. Whew. So 16 cars on the attrition list here at Texas Motor Speedway. Pretty heavily. I don't want to say it was bad as the IndyCar race at Texas in 2017 where it was crash fest, but it felt like it almost. But coming out the winner was Jessica Shelton, the number 9 course Melling Ford. She wins here today at the Texas Motor Speedway and the Interstate Batteries 500. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the Interstate Sports and Gaming channel. We have a lot here on we have everything on this channel. We have in-our races, gaming videos, anything. You're going to be sure to check out Seth Cole's Cavalcade of NNSCRA series with the NNSCRA Tax Slayer Truck series, the Pizza Hut X series, and of course the Ultimate, the Hershey's Cup series. So just be sure to check his races out because I assure you his races are a whole lot better than mine are. so be sure to check his stuff out while you're subscribing to this channel as well. And next race on the tour for the Castrol GTX Cup Series would be at the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Yeah, and again, congratulations to Jessica Shelton, the winner of the Interstate Batteries 500 here in Texas. And for now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, offline racing at its best.